We're going to do a feature review of a 1962 World Series in response to Joe's Classic Arcades, where he's repairing one of these for a customer that has a lot of the features that earn you extra credits in games defeated. So if we go ahead and start a game, you'll notice across the top that we have a match number going kind of crazy. This is a skill match. So instead of a traditional match feature where you don't know what the match number is till the end of the game and then you randomly get lucky with your runs, we actually know what this one's going to be. And this is adjustable in the back. So this is called a skill match, meaning if we know that our match number is 8, if we score 8 runs or 18 or 28, we're going to get a free game. And it's kind of a unique feature because if we were having a crappy game and we had 8 runs and 2 outs, we could actually aim for one of the outs so that we would end on our match number and then get a free game. So it's operator adjustable in the back. If you turn the skill match off, then it's a mystery, just like a normal pinball machine. Another thing that Joe's machine was missing was the high score reels. So the lowest high score is 20, and that'll carry over from game to game, and it'll keep track with our runs that we score here. So once we get up there, these will start to keep up in real time. So if we scored 21, this would move to 21, 22, 22. And then that would keep from game to game, and then we would get a certain amount of credits for beating that at the end of the game as well. So right now we have 11 credits. I think this maxes out at 18. Even though if we hit 18, we can still hear the knocker, even though the credit unit won't increment. So another thing that he's missing is the Super Home Run plastic, which has the hole in the middle of it. So to get a grand slam, you actually need to, like normal baseball, load the bases. Then you can either hit the lower home run hole or you can hit the super home run hole. Now what makes the super home run hole unique is if you hit this, you instantly get, I think mine set for 5 credits, but then it also increments the innings by 1. So if we do a pitch here so that we can get a ball, I can't poke the super home run hole with my finger. We can do a pitch here, and I've also set some washers right down the pitching lane here about where that magnet is that he's missing for his curveball. So again, off of the mixing unit, you'll randomly get a curveball, and when that magnet goes, we should see at least one of these washers move for us. Now you just have the home plate blocked with a glove so I can catch the ball and throw it where I want it. So no curve there, but if I throw it in the super home run hole, I'm going to put it in here, we're going to see that the inning increments, and then we're going to get a bunch of free credits as well. So into the super home run hole. So we just cracked off 5 free credits, and then we got a second inning. So that means that once we get our 3 outs here, I'm just going to hit outs with my finger. Actually, let's put someone on base first. If I get my 3 outs, then the bases are going to clear. The inning unit's going to decrement back to 1. So here's our 3rd out. Bases clear, and we're back to 1 inning. So this game wasn't like every other baseball game. This game you had to actually earn your innings through that super home run hole, and you always started with just 1 inning and 3 outs per credit. So you could never buy more innings. They had to be 1. Now the cool thing is, if you're good at hitting that super home run hole, you can get it all the way up to 9. But once you get 3 outs, you can get back to 8. But if you hit the super home run hole again, it'll go back up to 9 because it's just an increment and decrement unit. So 9 is the most you can have at any one time, but if you start getting down, you can keep on winning and play for as long as you can. Sounds easy, but I would say in the 2 or 3 years that I've owned this game, I've hit the super home run hole less than 5 times. So it is much more difficult than you think. Left to right, you might think is hard, but it's the top to bottom that's actually more difficult for me to get that. Now the other feature that he didn't have because he had units missing, World Series. We have this lit up all the way now, so we're going to get a bunch of... I actually staged this, but I went 1 letter too far. If we load the bases, and we need to grab another ball, we can show a grand slam. We'll watch for that curve again if it comes up. Nothing there. Okay, so to get a grand slam, the bases have to be loaded. You can hit either one of these. I'm going to go in the lower one, and then we're going to see our grand slam light there in the red light up. And then if one of these wasn't lit, this grand slam would add another letter to the series. So grand slams are the only way to add to World Series letters. So I'm going to go into the lower hole. And then we're not going to get our award for this until the end of the game. So I think, again, we get 5 credits that'll knock a bunch at the end because we completed that. And then when it starts the next game, we're going to be back to the start. And it's tough to hit Grand Slams, I would say. In the few years I've owned this, I probably completed World Series 2 or 3 times. But if we just go ahead and load the bases again, I want to get the scores up so that we can see our high score reels. And we can keep doing home runs. That's always fun. We'll watch out for that curve again. Nothing yet. So now if we go into our home run hole again, we'll get another Grand Slam. I'm just trying to run up the score so that we get to 20, and then we can see our high score reels in action. So another pitch. Hopefully we get that curve. Nothing. Another home run. I have on the run unit, I think I've had it set for 12, 18, and 22. So we'll also hear knocks at those run numbers. Let's load the bases. Pitch it. Watch for the curve. Nothing. It doesn't come up that often. Another Grand Slam. So that knock was another scoring threshold. But if we go to, we can do this individually. We'll load the bases again. We get 19 and 20. And now when we score again, these are going to keep up with each other. So another single. Another single. That crack was for another high score threshold. And then once we end our game, we're going to get a bunch of knocks because we just set the high score. So it's probably adjustable from 3 to 5. So really, I think we're just waiting to see this curve and then we'll be done. Nope. Come on, curveball. Nope. Come on, curveball. Nothing. I swear my magnet's in there. But again, we can just keep rolling some balls in. I think we've shown all of our features. We do got to get some of these back to the pitching unit, though. So come on, curve. There it is. All right. Hopefully you had fun seeing what one of these in its original condition and state have for special features. Again, it's an awesome game. This one happens to be all original. This is all original paint. That's an all original back glass that had to be touched up. I had a lot of problems with my reds. You can kind of see where I had to fill it in. And then after the touch-ups, it actually looked better if the bulbs were not behind there. And then, I don't know, I know Joe probably filmed his videos in advance, but there is a reproduction available for that Super Home Run plastic. That was on SheaArcadeGroup.com. So that's the original one, which somehow is uncracked because it gets used as a bank board a lot for home runs. It hits this and then it deflects down, but I did grab a reproduction while they were available. Then also he had trouble sliding his glass out. There's a couple screws on the side. I think I said 2. There's actually 3. This piece comes off and then this glass can come out the side. But we'll just go ahead and end this and we're going to hear a frenzy of knocks because we have a lot of games won here. We completed our World Series phrase, so I think that's going to give us about 5. We beat the high score. That might give us another 5. But I'll hit our second and third out, and then we'll call it a video. So out 2, and then the sacrifice fly. Get ready. Our credit unit's at the max home right now, too, I believe. So we're just going to get a bunch of knocks. And here we go. All right, hope you enjoyed the video.